How to homeschool multiple kids without losing your mind. Homeschooling multiple kids? Here's how I stay sane. People act like homeschooling multiple kids is impossible, but after 5 years of doing it, I can promise you it's not. And it doesn't even have to be chaotic either. We started homeschooling in 2020. Back then, I had a toddler, a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and zero clue how to manage it all. Fast forward to now, my kids are 10, 8, and 6, and we found a rhythm that works most days. This video is for the mamas wondering, how on earth do I teach 3 different levels without losing my mind? The good news, you don't need to be superwoman. You just need a few smart systems and a lot of grace. If you've got a toddler or little one, morning baskets are your best friend, all right? You want to fill them with fidget toys, coloring books, reusable sticker pads, puzzles, or library finds. Rotate them monthly or weekly if you're ambitious. I'm not, but to keep things fresh. I don't call them morning baskets all the time. Sometimes it's just your fun school bin, but the idea is to give them something engaging while you work one-on-one with another one of your kids. This is so good. You can't teach every child the same thing at the same time, and you don't need to. Trust me, I've done it before, where I've tried to teach like all of my kids math at the exact same time. It didn't work out well for me. While one kid is doing work like handwriting or reading, you work with the other. For example, Aria does her math at the table with me while the boys are in the homeschool room writing, or on the floor or the couch, because honestly, it can go anyway. If they're being really loud, I'll be like, hey boys, can y'all go in the homeschool room so I can work with Sissy? But a lot of times they're just chilling. Or the other thing you could do is use audiobooks. I have Yodos for my kids and they're fantastic because everybody has their own headphones and they chill. My youngest, who's still learning to read, he absolutely loves that and he will sit there and listen to an entire book or 2 during that time. You can also have some of your older kids read to your younger kids, which helps them, reading out loud and expressing creativity through how they're telling the story, as well as giving a little quiet time for everybody. I don't turn the TV on during school hours, but I do use YouTube for movement videos and focus breaks. What do I mean by that? After math and English, we often do an exercise video. Sometimes they're dance videos, but most of the time it's an exercise challenge to get all the wiggles out, and it works beautifully every single time. If you haven't used this, you're welcome. If somebody's starting to bounce off the walls or really cannot keep quiet, I will throw on like a Danny Go video or a Bobo PE while I'm working on a harder subject with one of my other children, and it's just fantastic. It's fun, it's exciting. They're kind of like gamified exercises, so the kids love it. It's like a little competition sometimes, and they're exercising, moving their bodies. It's just good all around. I love to say this. It is not chaos, it's choreography, and I am the director. Isn't that great? It's so true though, it really is. You can separate your kids if needed. Maybe one at the dining room table, one in your homeschool room, one with Legos and a podcast or audiobook sitting on the floor. You don't need a huge house. You just need a few zones and some intentional time blocks. In fall weather, we take school outside. It's one of our absolute favorite things when the weather changes, because we all know mommy's gonna get apple cider and we're gonna go outside and do school. The boys run wild while I do one-on-one time with Aria, and then we switch. It truly is so awesome to be able to do all of these things with your kids. You can give them all the individual time they need while also not forcing the others to sit still. One of the things I always do is I remind my kids, if somebody is learning, we all support that and respect each other. I'll tell the boys, hey, you know what? Can you help me help Sissy by keeping your voices low while she finishes her math? It's not just academics, right? It's teaching them respect, teamwork, and empathy, because each one of them have been in situations where they're trying to focus and somebody's being too loud or there's a distraction. And so instantly, it's not that I'm getting onto them or saying, hey, be quiet, don't do that. No. It's like, hey, can you help me help Aria? She's really trying to finish her math and you guys are being really distracting. Can you help me by being quiet so we can work together as a team and get through this subject? And it generally works. I mean, nobody has meltdowns when I ask that. Everybody kind of is like, the framework of it is a little different. Like, oh, okay, let's help Aria right now by doing this. And it's not so much of like a yelling, chaotic mess. Listen, you're gonna go on Amazon and you're gonna see all of these homeschool toys and you're gonna think that you need all of them. You don't, okay? You do not need 1,000 learning toys. In fact, less is actually more, trust me. You don't have to overthink it. You don't even need to change the box stations every single day. Maybe you always have art and Legos and building blocks out. That's fine. But maybe you can just give them a little bit of direction. Like maybe one day you tell them, hey, let's make a castle, or let's draw a castle today. And maybe the next week you focus on doing a farm and doing farm animals. It's very simple, but it's kind of like guided play just to kind of nudge them along in their creativity. Just remember in all of this, it doesn't have to be Pinterest worthy, okay? It just needs to work for you and for your kids. Homeschooling multiple kids can be peaceful. It can be fun. And it can be surprisingly simple with the right rhythms in place. Morning baskets, staggered subjects, strategic separation, and communicating with kindness goes a long way. And remember, it's okay to experiment until you find what works for you. I've tried lots of different things. This room that I'm in right now was the very first homeschool room I had. Then we moved it into our playroom. Then we moved it downstairs, and I kind of keep evaluating. Life changes, kids get older. We grew out of this room. We realized that we didn't really come up here and it was kind of a waste. Same thing happened whenever we moved out to the playroom. At first, it was so fun. We had a big space, but honestly, we ended up staying downstairs. Everybody keeps gathering around the kitchen table more and more. They like to sit on the couch. They like to be going in and outside, especially when it's like fall and playtime. So we adjusted. It's no big deal. Do you have multiple kids at different grade levels? Let me know what your biggest challenge is. I'd love to talk to you in the comments and share ideas that have helped us. Be sure to subscribe and check out our next video in the series.